Hey everybody, it's been a while and it might be a while until the next one. And yes, I have green hair right now, but who cares? Um, it's not a tattoo, so it's not permanent. And I don't mind having silly colored hair. I just don't. Sometimes I do this with different colors and sometimes I don't. I don't necessarily like uh, hearing feedback about it from Joe Schmo on the street because fuck you. That's why. They aren't me. They can kiss my ass. I've gone on for way too long about my hair. Um, I'm in a decent mood. I've been on Prozac for about 18 weeks, I think, and that's been a very interesting experience. And overall, my mood has been better, and it's been a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Unfortunately, it's not the proper thing for me, and I'll be moving away from that. And I'm sad that I'm going to be breaking up with my good friend Prozac. It's been hanging out with me and getting me back on track to where I like to be. And so I moved on to a different one, and it's something that will be more likely best for me because it's matched up with genetics, and we all know that these things are genetic based. So this is actually a pretty good way to determine what the best medication would be for anybody, and I would recommend that path if you're going to use a psychotropic medication or an SSRI or another mood stabilizer of some sort to know what you're doing first. Be old enough to take these medications over 25 best start with, and just don't not know what you're doing and know what you're up against. But from people who are resisting the idea of even doing it to the point where they're adamant that you must not ever try a fucking antidepressant or you already feel that way, it's not something that you should be worried about. I can recommend this personally. I will give you a good opinion based on actual personal experience, and I have knowledge of this medication and how it works in the human brain and how people function on it and what how it works with your chemistry in your body and stuff like that. I'm not a doctor, but I can't make a prescription and I can't make a diagnosis, but I can observe and report and all kinds of other shit that I know most people take for granted. But as nurses do, we understand a lot more than most people can give credit for, and especially one in my position where I've actually had a lot of fucking experience without actually people knowing that I've done what I've done and gotten education and stuff like that. I haven't gone to school or anything. I just wound up with a job that taught me a lot of stuff that I'm on the same page with most people that are in the even though like the low level of healthcare. I'm like a lubed up glove on the fingertip going into the butthole of look at that. Um, you know, healthcare. I'm probing the anus, but I'm not really not there. I know what I know, and I have I have an education that I know what I know, so I'm not fucking talking out my ass or saying shit I heard on Dr. Phil or TV or something like that. I didn't copy some TV doctor. I know what I'm talking about. And from just experience to life experience has helped along because I've been able to observe like fucking all kinds of issues like with substance abuse and alcoholism and all kinds of addiction issues and shit like that. So I'm a little bit on the imbibed side right now, which I've noticed. I got this for Christmas. What did you guys have? A nice Christmas and New Year's. My Christmas kind of sucked, and New Year's was okay, but my mood has been great, so I'm okay with that. Other people might like think my mood is good, but I'm doing good as far as I'm concerned. I had a epiphany that makes me just kind of not care about other people's opinions, really, other than I have a guilty conscience sometimes and shit like that. But I mean, anybody that's in my way is really kind of an obstacle, and I will not go over or around obstacles at this point. I'll go through them because I'm in kind of a fight or flight mode. I had probably a breakdown at some point throughout the last few years or somewhere along the line. I probably crashed and burned, like quite literally went through a medical condition that I didn't even know happened, and I'm on the other side of it with probably some kind of fucking condition as a result of that. I don't know. I'll have to examine that a little bit further with my doctor, and hopefully we can come to an agreement on that. She's pretty cool, And without going in there and self-diagnosing myself or anything like that, we're pretty much in agreement on most things. It's been cool to talk to somebody that's actually on the same page as I am, and I don't overstate my qualifications, and I don't bullshit her or lie to her or anything like that. We're understand one another. It's pretty cool. And so Christmas was weird, and my kids, not my kids, but kids of mine that are, they're mine as far as I'm concerned. That's how much I care about them. They're my niece and nephews, but they got a Switch, and I got some games for them, so I'll just go over these right quick for anybody that's here for games. I got Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy for the whole family to maybe challenge each other on and have fun with. I normally would never buy some kind of shovelware type of game for any of the kids, but I think they would actually benefit from this because the Q&A aspect of it might help them along in school and shit like that. I think it's a good idea for them to have fun playing with, other than sitting around and vegging out on Roblox and TikTok and whatever they're into. The other one I got was I got this Super Monkey Ball game that I figured they would all like. The kids, the mom, and grandmother, everybody should probably be able to get into these games that I've shown that I got for the kids. The next one, hey, Bubbling. Check it out. I got them Bubble Bobble. What is this? 4 Friends. Okay, so the Baron is back. This might be a pile of dog shit, but at least it's cool and it has the original game on it. So yay, they're gonna love that. I know they will. If they hear the music and see the little dragons, I think they'll be just completely into it right from the start. And I also got this crappy kart racer game that has Nickelodeon people in it. I don't care about Nickelodeon anything. Like, this could have Ren and Stimpy on the cover, and I wouldn't give a shit. It has Ninja Turtles on it, but I don't really consider them part of the Nickelodeon pantheon. Really, it's 90s Nickelodeon is what I really stick with and think of first, because I didn't watch any of that shit either. But I remember it existing. I watched Ren and Stimpy, and that was the end of that. I mean, the rest of the cartoons that were around at the same time on Nickelodeon were not up my alley at all. And so I got some games for myself. Also, I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, and that's a lot of fun because it's got a lot of games on it, and boy, is it filled with a fucking lot of games. I mean, it has everything you can imagine, that from the 8-bit to 16-bit era, plus the arcade games. And shit, man, I mean, this is a thorough compilation, and this is how you do one in the States. Holy shit, this is not something that you're used to seeing anymore, especially something from like Konami. I mean, those guys are slacking on that shit. And then I got the Cowabunga collection from, Limited Run, of course. I mean, I'm not going to pass on this. And that was a lot of cool. That's pretty cool. I really enjoy that one. Any beat 'em up at this point was like, I'm willing to at least try it out. And I enjoy anything that has a cool license attached to it if they have a decent developer, and that is good. It reminds me of playing anything that somebody makes on a homebrew Beats of Rage compilation or some shit compilation, whatever they do, the fucking Mugen Fest punch and kick games. Anyway, those are cool, and I think those are run on Dreamcast software. I also grabbed this movie, Halloween Ends. I watched it before I bought it, so I knew what I was going into. I did not watch the disc yet, but I'm going to probably watch the extras or whatever. And I don't know. My opinion of it was I liked it. I didn't love it, but it was better than I expected, and it was better than the one that came previously. And it's certainly an improvement for any fucking movie with that name brand attached to it at this point, because they are stale as hell, and that was a nice fucking change of pace. Wow. Didn't expect that shit at all. Had no idea going into it that it was going to be drastically different. And I remember reading that they were changing the tone of the movie, but I was like, sure, okay, but yeah, this is actually very different tonally, and it's actually very, very refreshing. And it's interesting. It's a cool movie. I thought it was very reminiscent of a different movie that is a sequel in a whole long line of fucking sequels. If you haven't watched that one yet, but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give too much away with that without saying, hey, have you seen this yet? So yeah, I thought it was cool. I grabbed some CDs because I like to buy CDs. I had to buy this Neil Young Harvest just because I had to buy it. Had to get it. Needed it for some reason. Don't know why, but it possessed me to buy it. And I bought it, and I put it on and played it, and I don't care what anybody says. I also got this Leonard Cohen compilation of music. I think that's from the movie about the song Hallelujah. And then here's the soundtrack to the David Bowie documentary. And I've not seen the movie yet, but the soundtrack album is fucking great. I haven't played that one in my disc player, but I have listened to it. And I'm not going to be doing much posthumous Bowie stuff because I think a lot of it is going to be a bunch of shit and fluff and name brand stuff. It's going to be like, it's going to be stupid like the Beatles are right now, or the Rolling Stones, or Kiss. That's obnoxious enough as is. I don't want to see fucking Aladdin saying lightning bolts emblazoned on fucking Vans shoes and shit like that. I'm not happy about stuff like that. When it comes to Bowie, that's really like the last person I want to see with their fucking corporate logos all over the fucking place. That sucks, and I don't want to see that happening. And unfortunately, that's the direction that it has to go. Because think about it. What else is going to happen with him? He's not going to come back to life. I mean, his kids and shit. What are they going to do? Be him? You can't. So, that being said, you guys, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, New Year's, whatever the fuck you did for the turning of the calendar year. And I hope that I will talk to you guys again soon, and I'll be in a continued good mood. I'm doing pretty well with myself and with my moods, and overall doing better. I got my psoriasis cleared up. That's a huge step in the right direction, and that was a big relief. I went swimming for the first time in about 15 years. That was something else. That felt great, and I forgot how much I enjoyed doing that and how good I am at it. I actually am like pretty experienced as far as that goes, and I had the pool to myself at this hotel, and I just dove in and went all the way across and then most of the way back underwater, and came up, and I was like, oh, this is like something I've lived to be doing, and I haven't done it in so long. So I told my doctor that my hair turned green from the swimming pool, but that's not the case. I'm hoping to be able to go back. I think that I can probably get a membership someplace where there's a pool like a YMCA here and go in it, or go to physical therapy. Geez, that might help my fucking pains. That would be nice. But yes, as I was saying, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season, and that you are continuing to do well and nobody got sick or anything like that. That sucks. I'm doing pretty good. I'm hoping that everything is going well for all of you people out there in YouTube land, and I'll catch you guys next time. Okay, take care. Bye.